Now it's time to tackle some of the slightly more serious favorites I have from the series. My favorite dungeon from the game, that would be the 4th crystal dungeon in the Dark World, Blind's Hideout. It's a nice big square dungeon, but with a twist. Apparently saving a young, uncrystallized girl is a little fishy, but I went with it. But, 25-year-old spoiler alert, using light reveals the boss in Blind's Hideout, which was a nice surprise and an awesome change of pace compared to just walking in on a boss every other time. This stage featured a lot of areas where you could just put your feet to the floor and turn on your Pegasus Boots and just run straight down hallways and crashing into enemies and crashing into walls. Which brings us to the best item in the game. Clearly the Pegasus Boots. I mean, you can run forever without getting tired, without any consequences, without any regard for the enemies or allies that stand before you. Plus, you can get everywhere faster. You better believe I learned the best areas to run the furthest distance in the least amount of time with my trusty old Pegasus Boots. Not to mention, you can crash through the wall like a Kool-Aid man. If you find a crumpled enough wall, no need to waste bombs when you could just dive right into that problem. I have to give an honorable mention to the Book of Medora, for being a book and taking up precious inventory space for something that you only use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I guess it's pretty useful for a book. I mean, I've never needed a book in a situation in my own life. I mean, it's nice to have a book if you're bored, but it didn't actually solve a problem for me. Just saying. Also, an honorable mention to the bug catching net, because that trusty old net helped me take down Aghanim before being sent to the Dark World. Who knew that bug catching net was actually magical and woven from the same strength and magical material as the Master Sword itself, and it also can catch bugs. And I also have to give another honorable mention to the ridiculously intense but ultimately useless Bombos medallion. Now, of course, it's pretty damn sweet to have because it just explodes everything on the screen for a little while. But I never really used the medallions, and considering that the Bombos medallion is the only one that isn't required by the game to be used, it really just doesn't get a lot of play in my book, even for the overkill awesomeness that it is.